Another addition that we did for Anything Goes, sort of going back to the tech side of it, was the video production side of it. That was the first time that we had like a real like production booth almost.
Yeah, it was a separate. It was actually it was just a separate spot for video. It was we always have like another table, but it was kind of like this is really the first time we like pulled away. Just the video is in their own spot, and he has one of the wireless headsets. And
that's right. You guys did the headsets,
yeah. I don't even think of that. He's talking to the two other people who are on these cameras that we're actually using right now.
Cameras.
With one was wired into the computer, and then another one was using wireless HDMI.
Yeah, that's right. The wireless HDMI, so powerful. We used that thing so much.
So much.
Probably used that more than we had to, but it was really, really cool. Very convenient, I gotta say. I tried so hard to convince Mr. Baruby to buy a Blackmagic Ada Mini Pro is what I think it's called. I actually don't know. But a Blackmagic Ada Mini. One of those like 4-port HDMI switchers. I tried so hard to get him to buy that. He bought it to try and did not like it and returned it. I tried. I did my best.
Fair enough.
The reason why I wanted to have him try it out is because what we were having trouble with was consistency in the capture cards on the iMac. So, fun fact about graduation 2025 is there was a moment where the computer was bumped, like physically bumped, just like very little, and then OBS just crashed.
I completely forgot about that.
In the middle of the live stream, it just crashed. And it was something to do with the flaky USB connection of the capture cards. So, obviously, we can't have that happen. You know, that was like the biggest production of the year that wasn't a theatrical production.
Right.
We couldn't really afford that. So, my idea was to have a big video switcher and then purely use OBS for the graphics engine. Which in reality, which is pretty practical, actually, believe it or not. It's not that impractical of a solution. A lot of higher end professional productions like to separate that stuff. So essentially, from OBS's perspective, you could set it up in multiple ways. I think the best solution would to be have one scene in OBS, one scene for just your camera feed, pretty much. And then the cameras would switch based on the Ada Mini switcher. But I think he just wasn't a fan of still needing the computer to do some of the work. And so we didn't see the benefit of it. And so, unfortunately, we were not able to keep that product. But right. It was...
I say fair enough, though.
Honestly. It's fair. I mean, I think we weren't ready for it at that point.
No.
And the way that we were trying to use it, another solution, or another reason for getting the Ada Mini Pro is we wanted to be able to stream without the computer ideally, but I think his graphics needs were too great that we couldn't make it work. Another thing is we also wanted to do a closed circuit live stream from the Black Box Theater into our dining commons. So we are technically equipped for that, and we were doing it through the iMac, but it was not the most perfect solution. And so my goal was to make something a little bit more consistent, and that would have worked out really, really well. I just didn't have enough time to like really set it up and get that working.
Right.
So unfortunately,
we ended up doing a YouTube live stream?
We did a YouTube live stream. We did a private YouTube live stream for Brightstar. That's when we did the YouTube live stream. So what we did for Anything Goes was we just used an NDI encoder box.
Yeah, okay, I was thinking of the wrong show.
Yeah, we did an NDI encoder box
because it was like the
HDMI out of the iMac or something. It was not the best. It worked, but we also had to handle audio separately. We couldn't bundle that into the same
right. So I remember having to do a delay.
Yeah, we had to do a crazy delay. I think we did like literally the max delay that our console would let us do. It was really, really funky, but it did work eventually. It just took a hot minute. But it was still really cool. We sort of had like a video producer almost. It was really, really cool. It was a student video producer who sat at the computer and would manage the camera angles. And then we had a couple video ops on each camera, zooming in, that kind of stuff. And they were all communicating with each other over the headset, which was super, super cool.
Very cool.
It was just really neat to see all of these things sort of working together. with the commitment of those students, I mean, they pulled that off. It looked really, really good.
It did look really good. I remember looking at the recording, and I was like, wow. I was very impressed. I was like, this is really good.
Well, yeah, because another thing is, we were
or
doing
just even being behind him, and then he's like, going nuts on the computer.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he was
switching between stuff, and even the people on the cameras looked very smooth. It looked very good.
It was great. A lot of attention to detail, a lot of attention to like transitions and stuff too. Writing in cues in the scripts and such. Like the dude was a power user. He had like a mouse and stuff like that. Like a fancy mouse and stuff like that. Was crazy. Even I haven't done that, and I consider myself kind of a power user.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
exactly
a extra level commitment that was pretty cool to witness.